to the Startup Talk Masterclass. My name is Master Remedy Coach. I get this question every time that I wanted to address, and I've shared some posts around it on my social media platforms. Coach, what should I do to become a good speaker, a great speaker? Whew, wow, guys, that's a very difficult one. But let me try and attempt to answer you. The most important thing about speaking 101, because when you start speaking, we call it speaking 101, the dynamics and the basics of speaking. You need to understand what you need to do. Don't rush the process. Go with the process. Grow gradually. So, number one, guys, let me put it here. Number one, you start. And when you start, we call it the elementary phase. You start. Starting requires you to learn. Starting requires you to learn before you earn. That is the most important thing. Before you earn, you need to learn. What is learning? You are going to do what we call getting podium time. Podium time. What is podium time? Podium time is ascending the stage, speaking about everything. Can I mention this one? Even nonsense, things that when you leave the stage, you're like, what I was talking about. But that's not an important thing. The important thing is you need what you call podium time. Speak around everything. Quote people, read books, mention the books in your speeches, when they invite you, go and cram and do everything around learning. Now, when you're done learning, you go to what we call development phase. You are developing as a speaker. Now, when you are developing as a speaker, you're still going to enjoy what we call podium time. And probably you're not yet being paid. Guys, probably you're not yet being paid. Because here you're not yet to earn, you are learning. So here you are developing and still doing what you call podium time. And when you are in developing phase, you start doing what you call research. You start researching, you start putting things together, but not in a bigger perspective. You can still do one, you can still quote people here. Talk about other people's work, but you are developing. Now you start looking at things differently. Now the most important thing in developing, you start to design the content. What are you going to speak about? You start to design content, because content is very important, guys. You don't want to be jack of all trades here, but master of none. You need to be master of something, not jack of all trades. I speak about everything that I see. You are invited to come speak about men in men's conference, you do. Women, you do. Children, you do. Finance, you do. No, here you start developing, designing a content. Things that you're going to, the subject and the topic that you're going to focus on, talk about. That's how you grow as a speaker. Number 3 now, the most important thing now, you are separating you from small guys. Now you are becoming what you call intermediate speaker. What is intermediate speaker? You start growing as a speaker. When you're growing as a speaker now, what do? You start designing own metrics. You start to design your own, own metrics. What is designing own metrics? You start researching, developing around the topic and the subject that you want to address. And that's most important, guys. You start becoming the Vosetembekwayos, all these bigger and greater speakers. You start becoming what? You become Guy Kawasaki. You start now designing own metrics. You start writing your own books. You start publishing your work, because this is the most important thing. You start publishing your work. People will do what? People will hire you, will pay you based on the work that you are doing, subject matter that you are an expert on. Then lastly, guys, you can start doing what? You can start charging people for speaking now. You can start charging people. Why? Because now you can start confirming that now I'm a speaker, I've got content that I'm addressing. That's how and that's what you do to become a great and a good speaker. Don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, champions.